You know, is this country crazy or something? Now we're obsessing over the 2016 Olympics that Obama's going to go set up, and um, we're supposed to be impressed by the urgency of this and how important it is. I mean, this is the 2016 Olympics, but that's the main story, the main headline. Oh, what's going on with the Olympics? Oh, did you see Obama's plane landed? And Michelle came off, and she's got on another dress with no sleeves. She have anything else? I mean, but this Olympics deal is just ridiculous. First of all, it's 2016, and we got problems right now in this country. For God's sake, none of his stimulus plans or any of that has worked in the least bit. Have you seen the unemployment numbers? Another 550,000 gone. But of course, tomorrow they'll say it's 5,000 better than they expected or something. Still, never mind it's 550,000 more people unemployed, and they'll manipulate the numbers around until the decimal point shows it's 9.7 right now, and not enough to make it 9.8. But see, it's all good. Never mind that. Or the Fed, wants the debt ceiling raised another 1.4 trillion. Oh, never mind that. Obama's over to get the Olympics here in 2016, which always loses money anyway. Nobody ever makes any money on the Olympics. Let's face it. Well, what the Olympics is for corruption. And you remember the Salt Lake City Olympics and all the corruption that was going on there. That's Salt Lake City. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in Chicago? I mean, there's going to be nothing but the thing's going to be just a bottomless pit, a black hole with corruption, and that's what it's all about, is a payback now. Obama's president, so he's going to get his buddies the Olympics in Chicago. Whoop-de-doo. It's 2016, and this year we got problems. This year we have a Christmas nobody's going to be able to participate in because the sales numbers suck so bad. Manufacturing down, car sales down, plummeting. The free crack hits to the market, that were cash for clunkers. That's done and gone. All the money to the banks. Look at the stock market today. It's down 200 points. This market's exhausted, and they can't figure out any way to trick people anymore. That's all there is to it. They can't figure out any more ways to fool everybody. Oh, it's all good, and we got green shoots, and everything's better than we expected, at least. The numbers come out terrible, but the analyst, he said it was going to be a little worse. Well, how is the analyst keep saying that everything's going to be way worse when the line is that everything's fine? Who is this analyst, and where does he work? There's some analyst somewhere that thinks everything's crap, except from the top of the government on down. They're saying it's all good, but when the numbers come in, the analyst thought it was going to be worse. Yeah, right. Sure. Well, anyway, this 2016 Olympics, besides that, we got Afghanistan, for crying out loud. Here we got that general, and this was Obama's big thing ever since way back before the elections. Oh, well, what we got to do is stop Iraq and go to Afghanistan. That's where it's at. Now the commander on the ground there says that place is falling apart. We need tons more troops there, but he doesn't know this guy, commander on the ground. It comes to find out that he hadn't even talked to him for a month. But so he goes and runs, and that gets out on, where was he, on Letterman or something? So that news gets out. So Obama runs and has a meeting with him. But he's got to think about it now for weeks, according to his idiot press guy there. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's going to be. Oh yeah. Well, he needs about 10 weeks or so to figure this out. Well, what's he been doing? What the hell's he been doing? He doesn't know about Afghanistan. We're a country at a war, and Obama's like, it comes out that he hadn't even talked to any of them people. This country's crazy. I tell you what, this country better wake up real quick, or it's finished. It's finished, and soon. So this is the part. I got to let this thing run for a minute longer. I don't know when it's going to cut off. I figure I'll end it there. I said what I wanted to say, and probably nobody on here hasn't heard it before and thinking the same thing themselves. But I went out the other day, and I got whole bunch of these are actually old. These are some of my hunting arrows. These are Easton 2213 super lights. They're real nice arrows, and um, I used to go bow hunting a lot, and so I got a ton of these. And I never went to carbon arrows and all that because, frankly, one time I spent about 2 months trying to get the carbon splinters out of my fingers because I touched one once that was splintered with infections. It's possible to get it. It's impossible to get those things out. You have to cut them out. So I never went to carbon arrows, but I do have these aluminum ones, and I just bought a bunch of broadheads for them. I figured, hey, it's a decent weapon for game. And anything else, you wouldn't want to get hit by one of these. I mean, these are they're broadheads. They're cheaper ones though because I got a whole ton of arrows. I had these 4 dozen arrows. Most of them just had field points on them, practice points, and I said, I got to get those arrows, and I got that bow. 4 dozen arrows. I need to upgrade those arrows so that they're usable and for getting game and all that. So, these are the Walmart cheapies. They're 3 for $10 or something. And if you buy the real expensive ones, they'll cost you a ton more. But hey, now I got a ton of these arrows. I can use them. Each one of these can bring down an elk, deer, whatever. Some pigs around here, not many though. But likewise, look around the stuff you got too. I was just digging through my garage the other day, digging through an old bag, and there's one of those old wrist rocket slingshots. I said, oh hell, that's cool. Go buy. You can definitely use that. If times get really really tough, you can definitely use that. Um, so that's one thing I did. Outfit this bow back. So I got the arrow mount. So there's 6 of those. I actually have, I got almost 50 of these arrows, and they're pretty cool. They're cool looking. Real nice arrows. I mean, that Easton aluminum, they stay straight. I've pounded these things through hay bales for God only knows how many shots, and they stay perfectly straight. But start taking inventory of what you have, and what you might be able to use. Oop. Anyway, good night. Anybody that stuck through the end of the video, good night, and we'll talk to you later.